with other people. So, um, uh, however, today, the level of energy is right where it's supposed to be. I can add value, and I am going to be one of those people want to be surrounded with. Um, so um, there is this principle that says the level of income and the level of success you are achieving is the average of the main and major five people you're surrounding yourself with, right? So, as an example, if um, uh, if you look at people's lives, you can take anyone as an example, anyone in this room, anyone outside this room. um, your level of income and your level of success is the level of success and income of the five people you surround yourself with the most, like friends and family, that you spend most of your time with, all added up together, divided by five, right? So divided by six, because you're going to be one of them. So um, so how you spend your time with them, and when you spend your time with them, how much of your time is being spent with them, is going to dictate your level of success in the years to come. So I believe the that the level of energy and the mindset, just like as Jamie mentioned, multiplies the results you're getting in life, right? So um, also, I wanted to share with you guys that um, the challenges and setbacks set the benchmarks in your journey. Conversations you're having with people around you affects your mood, affects your level of energy, and shapes your belief system. That is the invisible force behind your actions. You can't see it, but you can sense it. And also the environment um, that shapes your habits, another invisible force. May all of our habits be um, constructive in our journeys. Thank you.
Truly superb, Cyrus. There's a lot for us to learn from you there, my friend. Of course, everything you say, I agree with. I'm sure we're going to build on your shares as we go, right? We're going to elaborate on more of the topics. But thank you for joining us, Cyrus. You're the sum of the five people you spend your time with. I never actually worked out what that means in numbers, right? The interesting, just divide, 100% by six of you. It gives you an idea, right? I like that. Let me welcome our positivity B, Rosemary. How are you doing? Glad you're here. I see you too, Robert. Welcome, 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 all of you. If you're on our YouTube, on any say Zion's YouTube or anyone else's YouTube, then please do like, comment, and subscribe. So like today's video, make a comment, use some words. Try using some words. So what you like or you don't like, some feedback. Whatever, good or bad, I'm sure it'll be good. And then also subscribe. So we want you to engage with our YouTube channels, especially. So please do. So I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Z to introduce our next speaker. I think it's Joni, right? Joseph was here before, but Joni's going to pull her hair out. So I'll let you do your thing, Mr. Z. You introduce Joni, and then we'll get around to Joseph for that.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Eni. And that was a great share from Miss Saros. Thank you for what you do and everything that you share, and the sincerity and the energy you bring. Each time I listen to you, the sound of your voice is always inspiring. I want to say a big thank you for joining us. So joining, thank you for being here. Happy Friday. One thing I love about your share is your sense of humor, your positivity, your energy, your vibes that you bring on stage. So I'll pass the mic to you so you can share with us how you are able to attract valuable people to yourself. The mic is yours. You can take it out. You are muted.
Mute.
Yes, we can hear you now. No.
Blame me. I muted you, but you know, but you're all right now. You can talk away.
Okay. Well, gosh, I think having a lot of humility in certain courses of action is incredibly important. So you know, we all have been like, this is total shit. You know, I'm losing my. No, this is not what I'm doing right now, but example. I'm losing my house to foreclosure. You know, it's shit time for me. Like, you know, like I lost my parents last year. Something akin. It's just hard. And it's like telling those real things about yourself attracts the audience that really cares about you. And then, like, you know, be self-deprecating in some of your jokes because it's funny to make fun of yourself. I do that all the time. But I do want to know kind of, okay, so I like making fun of myself. I like going outside. What are some of your guys' things that just kind of are an instant, like, happy pill? Because believe me, my life is not all happy. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Are you throwing that question out to, are you throwing that question out to us?
The group. Like, what do you do? What's like an instant happiness?
Well, I can tell you what's not happiness. I got this stupid dog next door neighbor that's just barking like crazy, and it's you might be able to hear it in the background now. But
sure do. We sure do. We got it. We got it. That is annoying.
I tell you. But what I do for happiness, honestly, I mean, I just like to be outside.
Outside.
You know, yeah, I like to be outside. I like I like this beautiful weather outside. I like to just be outside and just kind of be active, go for walks, things like that. It just helps me clear my head and kind of get me in the right mindset. So, you know, I like to go for walks and just move my body, be active. Like to spend time with family. You know, I try to because my family, obviously, well, most of my family lives in the area here, so I get to spend time with them and see them when I need to, you know. But yeah, you know, those are just a few things that make me happy. But yeah, you know, I mean, you got to take it's. You know, I understand it's rough.
That too, like embrace it, like continue down that journey. So,
yeah,
and I like that. I love being outside, but for sure, you know, I like, you know, swimming.
Yeah. I still don't know how we haven't gotten together for a lunch or anything like that.
It's your fault. It's totally your fault. Just
you're so close to me, like 20 minutes away. 20 minutes away, and we haven't figured this out yet. We got to do that.
I have invited you multiple times. Okay, so on to Annie or Zion. What do you guys like to do for instant happiness? And don't say Coke, unless it's Coca-Cola.
Annie, what do you like to do for fun?
I was going to let Mrs. Z speak first, but I'll speak quite happily. I'll tell you, you know, it probably surprise you. You know, I love spending time with myself. I love doing stuff. I love doing for others. And I say, you know, I love shutting my door and just being at peace with myself and doing what I have to do. You know, of course, you know, I enjoy music. Of course, I like spending time with friends. You know, but you know, on a good day, I happily just do what I do. You know, with joy in my heart. That answers your question, right?
Yeah, that's great. No, I love when you're okay with spending time with yourself. That is something I work towards. How about you, Zion?
Yes, thank you. One thing I love doing for fun is I love traveling. You know, it's fun to travel. I love traveling.
Oh, traveling. I thought you said trampolining.
No, I love traveling. I love to travel.
If you trampolined, I was like, what? how are we not best friends?
Yes, I love to travel and I love to have conversations with people. For me, it gives me so joy when I'm able to listen to other people talk and hear them share what they have to share. So it's something I do for fun. I love sport as well. I love watching soccer. You know,
You love soccer.
sport football. I love watching soccer a lot. So these are things I do for fun. And I love nature as well. Nature is beautiful. Going to the beach, spending time with the trees or the flowers. So for me, it's something I really enjoy as a person.
That's great. That's wonderful. Okay. Coach David, you want to comment?
Do you want to comment on Joni's share? Is what she's asking you, I think, Susie.
Do you want to say what like immediately brings you back to a Zen place? Like not Zen, but like happy. Like, you know, I take my motorcycle out, I go swimming, I'm like, yes.
Yes. Well, you have an active life, Joni. So, but I do like your share about humility. I think that's a good thing, right?
I think it's just an easy peasy thing to do as you get older. And you kind of just are like, okay, here is some things that I've done wrong. I have whatever mismanaged my finances and I am scared as shit. And now, you know, my house is in foreclosure, which was my example. And I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but it's scary. And I want to connect with someone about being honest. And so being honest and then also having kind of a sense of humor about it. It's really good to surround yourself with those type of people who are like, fuck it. Do you have at least $100? Let's go get vodka shots.
Sweat less. Positivity. Sweat less. That's what I say to you, right?
It's a little funny. Okay.
Well,
tell someone else to comment.
So Jay, we see you. Welcome. Saying all people are valuable. It's a matter of aligning with each other's purpose. I agree with you there, Jay. Everyone, you know, it's how you approach people, isn't it? You know, so what we're sharing so far. Welcome, Dr. Amaka. Dr. Amaka has her conference, her Ascension conference. When is it?
November. Is it November?
Yeah, November. Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm going to get an award, so I'm excited, Dr. Amaka. Now, do join. So if you join my shows, she's one of my sponsors these days, so you get to see her and find out about the show. Otherwise, connect with her. She has got a GoFundMe page or Indiegogo, so that's GoFundMe, right? And that crowdfunding page. So if you do want to support the event, then do connect with her, especially. You know, so these events, you know, especially in bigger events than just a live stream, they are expensive. And she's giving people prizes, cash prizes, for the work they do to help people on LinkedIn. So definitely do connect with her and do support all that she's doing. So I've done my best, my friend. Now Sharon Rose says, reach out. Joni, reach out for sure. I'm glad you know her name, Sharon Rose.
Her name
changes every day.
I talked to Sharon on the phone. I mean, goodness.
You're Joni. You're Joni here.
I'm accessible.
She wants to talk some more with you, Joni. That's the important thing, right?
Yes. So I think a lot of people don't realize how accessible.
What happened there? Joni fell off the stage. Got too close to the edge, right? You know, so welcome, Festus. I see you. Of course, we're going to hear from you, Paulette, as well. Now, Mrs. Z, so I'll let you introduce Joseph, and then we'll go to Coach David after that, right?
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Joanna. I hope you're going to come back. All right, we are moving forward with a conversation as we talk about how to attract valuable people to ourselves. And Joseph, thank you for being with us on stage. We appreciate you. If you can hear us, please go for it.
Yeah, hello everyone. This is Joseph Chuku, from Nigeria. Now, I will take something from what Tenny said. Having Joanna fall off the stage a couple of times, I I I think that has happened to me up to 2 times now. Struggling to get myself up here on the stage, and if you play it out physically, it can be something to be funny about. And I didn't feel so good about that. I felt there was a degree of not being prepared well enough for all of this and that. But I must point out this conversation we are having here. I I had an expectation that it was going to be something of a more formal setting. Okay, but since I've been on stage the first time with Mr. Positive Energy and Ellie, it has been fun. That would be the right word. It has been fun. Uh, I believe in a time like this where we're trying to take mental awareness to people who didn't know about it previously. It's key to know that you have to put in the fun part of it. I wish Johnny was here because I would have really loved to speak to her on the things she wanted us to chip in about, brief, and how you cope with things like this. Uh, of course, we have a habit of surrounding ourselves with people. Okay, we have the habit of surrounding ourselves with people, but I believe the key word here, which I and Z we had an argument over actually when he was giving me this invitation, was on value, valuable, how to attract valuable people. Nigeria, we celebrated our independence 2 days ago. It was good. And a lot of countries are independent. A lot of us walk around doing things personally, having this independence all about what we do. But at the core of all of this is the need to connect with people. Okay, and every day of our life, we more or less always come in contact with people. We network in a way, we connect in a way with people, be it family, be it friends, be it strangers. Take for Jamie, who loves going outside and then enjoying the company of new people. And Zion himself, who I know is key as well into getting a community built so people can interact on soccer, for instance. And then Ellie said it all. He's into the business of making you grow. Okay, impact. There's impact, and we come across all of this every day. So how do we make sure we we put people of value in our circle? And quite honestly, I think the answer to this is a lot. A lot of things can be done. But I would like to take this moment to point out, that as much as the law of physics, all of this, it said, I'm a student, by the way, so I'll make some references to class items. What I was saying is this: in as much as we we can, okay, link with people who are valuable. The law of physics stating things like you opposite attract, things like that. I don't think that's in play when we talk of networking properly. I mean, for you to attract people of value, you have to bring some value to the table yourself. Mm. you have to bring some value to the table yourself. And I believe it's left for us to have this soul searching, okay, and come out with what you know makes you unique. What makes you the diamond in the rough? What makes you stand apart? Okay, it could be something as simple as you have a good habit of interacting with people. Okay, you have a good emotional intelligence, and you can speak to people in a way that makes them feel better from the way they have felt before. Okay, or it could be something as much as helping them fix the problems they have physically. Okay, so all of these things can be translated to value we bring to people. And as much as we keep bringing this value, we have this soul search. We understand that, yes, this is something I am good, passionate, and eager to share with the world. That's where your value lies. The moment to discover this varies, and definitely you might have to pay attention to making sure that it comes out the right way. But once you have this value, once you discover this value, and then you intentionally go about your day trying to make people's these people you meet, like these people you meet on a daily basis, you go about ensuring that they take a little bit of this value you bring with yourself and then improve their life, grow in what they do. I think it won't take so long before you look around in your circle and you realize that 5 to 10 people in your social circle have some sort of value as well they bring to you. So you need to discover this value, take your time about it. But once you have discovered this value and you make it it's a responsibility to bring value to people, it won't take long. You will have valuable people as well all around you. So I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for this
Good
opportunity to
job,
speak on
Joseph.
here. Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, it's the energy here is fun, and all of us definitely need a good dose of fun in a world that appears to be falling apart. So the the hosts, the brain behind this, I would say one word: this is marvelous. Well done.
Wow. Thank you so much, Joseph. That was amazing. We appreciate you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for sharing. Yes, yes, send you the love and all the appreciation. And I love it when you said each and every one of us, we are diamonds. We have something unique. We have something special about us. Look, that was so spot on. I believe everyone has value to keep. Every one of us, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what you've been through, we are all unique, we are all special. And the ability for us to recognize how special we are will propel us and move us to also use that uniqueness to be able to impact other people. So thank you so much, Joseph, for coming up on stage. And I love it. You said, this is fun. That's what we do here. We are not, it's not all seriousness. We come in here, we laugh, we have joy, we have fun. And that's what
Yeah.
positivity is all about. It's a place where you can fully express yourself and be who you are, being your authentic self. And I'm glad we make you feel like that. And I believe other persons who are in the comment section, who are also here with us on stage, they feel the same way as well. So thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you. Mr. Eni, yes, we'll pass the mic to you now so you can help us introduce the next 2 persons, even as we keep the conversation going.
You were just so darling. Oh my goodness. I just, big hugs. Big hugs out to you because I loved what you said. And I really try to find like the joy in a lot of things. Like I'm just like, look at the moon, guys. It's so beautiful tonight. Just something silly like that. Or, I have a lot of Black friends, sorry, African France. I don't know. I'm like, guys, I spoke to a bunch of Nigerians today. They're like, wait, we don't know any Nigerians. I'm like, oops. Well, I will introduce you to some of their culture. And we just have to just be silly and have fun and just like love people for just who they are. And that's a really good feeling when you get there.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joni.
You're
Thank you so much as well, Joseph. I love this comment. Kabedi says, you're wonderful, Mr. Z. If you change the Z to an L, your name still amazes me. In case anyone misses that, 'cause it's easy to miss. If you change from Zion to Lion, I tell you, Zion's he's getting all the love today, right? Thank you.
I feel like that could be a good comic book idea, like Zion the Lion or something like that. I like that.
I'm surprised he hasn't used it. I'm surprised he hasn't used his lion picture yet.
And he wrote that and said, "I'm the lioness."
Okay, well. I said, yeah, of course I agree. Of course, right. We need to get to everyone, then we'll come back to you, Joni, right?
Okay, all right, I'm gonna mute.
Positive people are drawn to those who make them feel seen, heard, and valued. To develop genuine curiosity about others and ask meaningful questions. Well, that's pretty much what Joseph said just now, right? And what Mr. Cyrus said as well. And of course you as well, Jamie. And showing authenticity, care for their experiences. When people feel comfortable opening up to someone, it creates a magnetic connection that positive individuals seek out. Again, Joseph made a lot of points about what are you bringing to the table. What is your contribution? What's the value you bring, right? It's all of that. Mike, great comments, my friend. We appreciate you. Who else is here? A few more joined us. Bridget, we'll see you. The value is definitely qualitative as opposed to quantitative. So it's how you make them feel, right? It's how you make them feel, Bridget, and not necessarily the maths. No, but not based on how much money they might bring you or whatever else. It's feeling emotions. Sharon says, "Deep Zion, the Kayan." She means Zion the Lion, I'm sure, right? Yeah, okay. So let's go to our next speaker.
Zion, which was one of the first computer colors.
Yeah.
It was just to make you laugh.
Maybe. So let's go.
Okay.
Let's go to Coach David. Coach David, the mic is yours. Jamie, the list is in the comments. The list is in our DM, right? So you're going to see the list. Then it's there.
Yeah.
Coach, talk to us. Now, what's your idea of how to surround yourself with valuable people?
Yeah, very solid contribution so far. Lots of positive energy, fun, learned a lot. Zion, good to see you again, brother man. We don't get to speak as often, but you're such a hero. Whisper Boy, you ministered to my soul. Let me use short limbo. I've been in the comments, amazing comments from Michael and everyone. Anything for doing genius. I always tell you a genius. But something that Whisper Boy said, that he said it in passing, but that is the secret. You see, ultimately, everyone, the statement that we all carry value, that you attract the value you carry. You cannot be, for example, platinum, and then you command a value in the market of silver or bronze. The truth is, it's a life of value. It's value for value. Every point in time is a value game, and it's a subconscious conversation, and it's economical. There's value economics. The more generalized your value is, the more other people can do what you do, the more you need to find differentiators. I mean, all of these are basics. But there's something that Whisper Boy said that I'll take the conversation from there. The young man from Nigeria, Joseph, who spoke, I think that's his name, did significant justice to some of the things I'll have said earlier. But this is the point. There is the frequency of existence. He said, the whisper boy, if he knows that his energy level and energy is transmitted in frequencies, if he knows that that frequency is not strong, he's so self-aware that he will not enter into networking mode or interaction mode, because that is not the best of himself. Let me take that conversation a little bit deeper. You are a person that carries value, but that value is going to travel at a certain frequency. That frequency is things like positive energy that Michael was talking about, gratitude energy. If you know you don't have anything, do anything you're doing with gratitude. And then immediately just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We're on the same table. Just thank you. It's okay to live with a thank you and leave the person with a positive energy map. Everybody's trying to capitalize value too early. So there's no relationship depth. There's no real empathy. Everybody, and from the window, people are getting tired of that value overload. So the frequency, which is the carrier, the packet that your energy is in at, should be very, very high. High frequency attracts high value, high results. Whatever you're doing, everybody has a value. Make sure you carry it at a very good frequency, because frequency is what attracts. If you're at a lower frequency than me, I'm going to walk away. Even though we may carry the same value type, but if you're at a lower resonance with me, if you're at a lower vibration than me, I will walk away. And this walking away is not even conscious, it's subconscious. For example, if I come into this meeting now and I'm moaning and I'm tired, I'm going through a bad time, and I choose that conversation, Zion is going to tune up for me, because Zion is ever positive, ever happy. Same for Annie. You don't talk the kind of Annie says, Coach David, no irritations. No irritations. So if I carry irritable frequency or energy, and I'm coming out, even though I have the value, we're on the same value type, he will walk away from me. It's very, very simple. So the first thing is resonance. You see, people are not attracted by neediness, but by resonance. Do you resonate with me? Do you carry the vibe that matches my mission or that amplifies my future? Life is too short. I would rather spend it with people who are going, and it's a subconscious conversation. It's not as if I choose to personally say, I don't want to talk to you or not. I'll just be gravitated to who pays me the most. That's number one. Number two, on the converse side, it's also the principle of empty vessels. When people are too full so that they don't need anything, what you'll find out is that people begin to get the energy like you are arrogant. Now, this took me some years to find out. So real valuable people are looking for vessels to pour into, because the world is already cluttered with noise. People don't listen. So you see, emptiness attracts fullness. So there is a principle of appear weaker than you are, so that you can also receive. If you're too full, because there's a lot of value, I wish I can demonstrate it physically. There's a lot of value macho men and women in town, so that there's no real, nobody's listening. Everybody's communicating, throwing out content out there. Everybody's a thought leader. Everybody. So that you're not able to listen to other people. When that happens to you, there's no means of communication. There's no sync. Hello, can everyone hear me? Hello?
Perfectly, my friend.
Yes, we can hear you, Coach David.
Okay. So there is no, there's no
Wait,
sync.
David.
One of the things I love about Zion and Annie is that they listen. But I met other people who don't listen. In fact, some people don't even know that they can't listen to anybody that's of another skin color. That's discussion for another day. But the point I'm making is there is what we call energy sync or value sync. Because value will be debited from one account and credited to the other. And at another transaction, credited, accountants understand what I'm saying immediately, is going to be credited from someone and debited on the other leg. If you are always crediting or debiting, you will run empty. Now, this is a very powerful one for those who are very valuable. Hyper valuable people need to learn that, and this is me speaking to myself, literally. This is the third one. The law of recognition, the principle of recognition. I'll put my other comments in the chat because I'm practicing to speak shorter. This is any mentoring me in that area. Yeah, you see, I try to train my discernment to notice greatness within other people. Now, I am so strong at this. I smell the value people carry that they may not even know they are carrying. For example, there are people that carry things like pain quotient, people that carry philosophical standpoints. And I'm very quick, my notes are very full of those kind of people, and I'm grateful whenever I find them. I listen to them, I watch, I try to contribute value, but I'm also very watchful of knowing people who are kings or queens, but they are disguised as ordinary men. There is no single time, and I'm not flattering him, Whisperboy, there's no single time Chris speaks that I do not learn deeply, and it connects with me. There are people also who carry an eye of arrogance. There's this very, very slight divide between arrogance and self-confidence. There's a time self-confidence becomes arrogance. And one of those moments is when you don't know or you miss highly valuable people because they don't look the part. So there is also the ability as a valuable person to smell value and recognize value and make it a habit to be deliberate, because at times it may not be superficial. You probably won't see it on the surface. You may be full, and when you are very full of a certain color, you become colorblind to other colors. When you achieve some level of success, you see, you don't even know you're coming off as that. And I have had to learn how to take other people in and their energy, and I allow people to land their energy properly. I will check again and again. I once told Annie, I will check it again and again, and I don't give up. So if there's a negative energy, I don't give up on you. But the issue is that I will understand who you are, and I try as much as possible to recognize your energy, because one of these days, you may be the valuable person that will help me to swim when I should be sinking, because I've understood your hidden value. Thanks, guys. I would speak if there's other time in the future, but I have about 5 more points. But see, trying to learn to speak shorter. Let's receive value. Thanks, Zion, again. Amazing to be here always.
Mrs. Z, it wasn't that your call, no? Yeah, I'm sure Coach David was. You introduced him. Coach David, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. There's so much in there. Go, Mrs. Z.
Go on, Mr. Eni. Go on, Mr. Eni.
That's it. Coach David shared a lot in there. There's much that we can learn.
Doesn't David always share a lot? He really does.
It shares beautifully, though. I think his points were.
One of the things I love about him. He is a deep, wind chords or vocal.
He's written several books.
He's smart too, but he talks.
He's written several books, so he's a deep thinker, as our Coach David.
I think he's one of the smartest men alive. So don't take that away from me.
I agree with you on that one. I think so. What we bring and the energy we give that we are giving off is important, and I think I guess I would take away, Coach David, the fact that we can give away the wrong vibes by thinking we are more than. It's a very fine line, right? Between being humble, being yourself, and then becoming that person who thinks we know it all, we have it all. I don't need it. I don't need anyone, and that's a route to ruin. If you ask me, right? But again, I love your point about now. Everyone has value inherently, and everyone, if we look deep enough, we'll find it. And we have to give ourselves a time. I guess I'll end. I guess on summarizing your amazing points, Coach David, with the fact that how someone shows up today is not how they're necessarily going to show up tomorrow. We must hold off casting judgment on people. We must just let them be themselves. We don't know what someone's going through today, right? We haven't got a clue. It might just be a different day, bad day maybe. But literally, but I think it all comes down to being genuine, being a genuine person who wants to know about other people, right? Sharon Rose, I think you say very well. Presence versus performance is what it comes down to.
Yep. I'm sorry, and to cut into you, to understand that the picture we are seeing is just a picture, and the humility to dig deeper to look for value. I met a lady who was very shabbily dressed one day on the train. You will not believe it. And someone just said, say hi to her. So I said hi. And we got talking. Annie, this lady can speak 16 languages, 16 international languages. But she was dressed a certain way. By the time I got down at my train station, I was having goose pimples because because I tested her and I did 6 languages. I'll put on Google, and then she'll say it, and I'll tell her to say something, and she said it. Now that's a genius right there. But the way she was looking on the train, you probably will write her off. That for me was a very sobering day. So people carry all sort of deep values that life has given them a picture per time, and it's easy to dismiss people. And so thank you for presence versus performance. The presence of a person, the ability to understand presence is beyond performance. Now, what the performance you're seeing is one angle. The presence of mind of a person is deep, and people have different facets. So we must become value identifiers and value mappers quietly. And it starts from positive energy. There's something Zion normally says, and I'll yield the mic now. He will say, no one is useless. No one is useless. Please, in the morning, everyone should say that. Once you see yourself saying someone is useless, then be careful. You're about to lose value. That's my last point. Thank you on this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So a few people have joined us since. So Daniel, we see you. Daniel from Nigeria. I'm a UX designer, currently job hunting. Would like to ask, when you are in this public space or an event, how do you attract and approach your real change makers, potential listeners, and those in strategic positions? Will that mean like you need something from them? Just being natural.
Can I help him?
Yeah, feel free. No, so Jamie, I'll come to you as well, because as a recruiter, it does mention you, right? You know, how do people attract your attention, Jamie, and get into conversation with you?
Yes. I actually want him personally. I think Chris will do him, Whisperboy will do him good. Will give him good counsel here. Whisperboy does it very well. Let me say something, Daniel. How you look, there must be congruence between that value you carry and how you look and how that translates to feeling. Make sure that if you're a UX UI designer, that is, I am a UX UI designer currently job hunting. You must design your appearance at the event, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Make sure that your appearance, your card, you can't go there with no serious business card. Do you have a website that is easy, intuitive? Do you have your portfolio online ready to go? Then you must practice conversations that lead to UX UI. Everybody in the world is your customers, they don't know it. So, hello, good afternoon, Annie. How are you today? Wow, that's a nice shirt. The other day was at the UX UI design event in South Africa where they did this. Then your shirt was the exact kind of shirt that the speaker put on. If you just tilt it this way, I can actually help you freely. I can send you this material. Become immediately very helpful. Begin to anchor them into next conversations. You probably will even leave the place with many briefs. So you must learn how to converse and give value every single minute and day. Make sure people meet you on the power lane. Don't go there with your CV. Please do not go there with your CV. You will be thrown out of the room before you start. So your shoes, your bag, how you carry yourself. I can see your profile picture. It is too techy for UX UI designer. Look, there's a look and feel that will make people to say, what did you say you do? And you may probably have to get a career image coach to help you to communicate who you are and then your portfolio online and all of those things. It's a long one. Please send me an inbox and I think I can help you, because I looked for a job in Lagos. I distributed my CV like tract or pamphlet on the street of Lagos for about 4 years, distributing like you are doing crusade. When you want to do evangelism? That's how I was distributing Victoria Island and Lekki. On one occasion, let me tell you a joke. This is not true life. I gave my CV at number 3 or number 4 on a particular street in Victoria Island. This was year 2001 when the telecoms companies were coming in. Let's say this field was where you have Polaris Bank now, off Adiola Odeku somewhere there. That's very long street. So I got to number 55, distributing. It was raining, my CV. So there was a woman who sold some things beside the road, and behold, it was my CV that was used to sell snacks by the roadside for me. Do you understand this now? The security men at maybe number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sold the paper in exchange for snacks. This was my experience. I learned how to communicate value in the first 90 seconds, first 3 minutes of the conversation. So let's talk. I have some tips that can help you, but this is a very deep, good question, and I see that you can become better. You can have more briefs. You leave every conference with more briefs. Thanks.
When you're done, I would like to give Daniel just a smidge of advice. So Daniel, I am one who runs like a lot of side hustles. I'm a sole income provider for my family, and it's difficult. So if you do have either a CV or a business card, say open to consulting, $30 per hour, or whatever is the cheapest you can think of in your mind. Obviously, you increase that like per what you want to do, but open to consulting about X, Y, and Z. Just at the bottom of your card, and so that it doesn't make it like you're looking for a new job, but you're also looking for extra work. And so just an idea of mine that's worked for me. And, I say, open to technical writing at, $30 per job. And it's gotten me probably $10,000 like over the years. So that's just my advice. So good luck.
Awesome. Jamie, what's your best advice as a recruiter?
I think there was a lot of good advice, obviously, shared from everybody. But I mean, for me personally, it's just coming in there and being confident, right? Like knowing the value that you can already bring to people. You're not expecting anything from them. So go in there with confidence, be ready to shake hands and meet people, talk about what you do and how you help people, and just, own the room, right? Own the room and act like you belong there. And that's the most important advice I can give you is to, get in like you're supposed to be there, right? That's what you should do.
Awesome. Coach David said something, what I call a what's it. What's your what's it? It's easy to miss if, in the many things he shared. I'm saying, your what's it is the thing that people look at you and they say, what's that? Whether it's in your shirt, whether it's a ring, whether it's a chain, whether it's a pin, we want to wear something that will make people ask you a question. What's that? Think of that. Women do it very well. So they wear a brooch, for example, and everyone's like, what's that? I'm saying men don't do it so well, but we can do.
A brooch?
Yes.
Are you in the 1940s? What, actually?
Where if you don't wear it, they will never ask you what's that. Whereas if you wear something, it hasn't got to be a brooch. I'm saying men have handkerchiefs, what there's in their suit pocket, for example. Wear something that attracts attention and get people to say, what's that? Whatever that may be. Be brave enough, have the confidence, as Jamie just said, right? Festus, my friend, where are you still here? Festus is still here. How are you doing, Paulette? I'll come to you next if that's all right. But Festus, this is a young man who is more than valuable, and he's making strides to get to know people who are valuable. You know more about him as time goes on, my friends. Now, Coach David, Mr. Z, you get to meet Festus properly. Festus, talk to us. Unmute if you don't mind. Share with us on our topic. I have Nigerian internet. It's not getting you, right? Nigerian Wi-Fi is beating you. Same as yesterday, Festus. No, just refresh and come back again, and then let's see if that works better. So I can see you're muted, but I can't hear you. Yeah. So whilst Festus does that, Emmanuel, welcome. Emmanuel from Ghana. I'm a practicing urban horticulturalist. I said that with that stammering, right?
Oh my goodness.
There's another message.
You're amazing.
Another message out of it.
As long as you say shrub, not bush, we're good.
Crazy journey. Anyway, so first, let's try again. Go on, please say something. We still can't hear anything. No. Yeah. Try.
Try back. Go to Paulette.
We'll go to Paulette in a second. So people with magnetic energy naturally draw others through specific behaviors. They maintain authentic communication that balances honesty with kindness. Use humor appropriately to create connection and show vulnerability by sharing personal experiences. They also practice emotional regulation, staying calm and centered so others feel peaceful in their presence. IQ is lovely, EQ. So intelligence is lovely, but emotional intelligence is more important to attract positive and valuable relationships. I agree with you totally, Mike. And Mike making another point about hubris. I don't think it's not this one. There's another one. In the meantime, Bridget says, it's also possible to bring the best value in others, as opposed to only having ears for those who appear demonstrably valuable. I agree with you entirely. Now, we can't be judging people. If you judge people, you're gonna miss more than half the decent ones, right? We have to be open to relationships with I say with everyone, and then in the end, you know who you want to build a deeper relationship with. So many people, especially in the online world, we're very good at spreading ourselves wide, building, connecting with loads of people. It doesn't help. It's much better to connect with a few and then get to know those you connect with. Now go deeper rather than go wider. I agree with you there for sure. The gems are there, right? Paulette, I'm going to come to you next. So Festus says, looking for opportunities in consulting and managing projects in climate smart and nutrition sensitive agricultural projects in Ghana, Africa, and beyond. Mrs. Z, you have a farm, right? Call Emmanuel. He just come across the border, right? He's in Ghana, so it can be done, right? It can be done. Connect, my friend. Connect. The whole point of today's conversation. Connect with people. Have conversations with them, Festus. Emmanuel, Festus, Emmanuel, Daniel. Talk to people. That's the way you're going to find those who can help you and those who you can help. Paulette, superstar Paulette, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing good.
Awesome. How do you find valuable people? How do you surround yourself with the right people?
Well, first of all, this is one way of connecting on LinkedIn. Being in connection with superstars like you guys. And when you meet with someone, it's not all about you. It's about them. Someone said something about listening. It's so important to listen because they give you so many nuggets when you listen. It's not so much about what you know, but hear from them so you can hit their hot buttons. So listening is very, very important. And then when you walk into an establishment, or if you're at the grocery store or wherever you are, you need to dress the part. Whether you're a construction worker, whether you are an attorney, whether you're an office worker, whatever you're looking for, try to dress the part. And let's say you're at your kid's baseball game. And of course, you're not going to dress like a construction worker or an attorney or whatever there, but have on some decent clothes. Have on some a decent hat, a decent tennis shoes, something that shows that, hey, you are, you're not homeless. You can say, oh, I'm with my kid, we're on a fishing trip, but I do this and I do that. That should be some type of evidence of your background. Some nice jeans, some nice shoes, and listen and don't speak so much. And I went to a networking group last night. I met so many wonderful people from so many different professions. It was so rewarding to see that. But in Chino, I went to the one in Chino, and that was the best of all the networking groups I've ever attended, because everyone brought something. Someone brought the food, someone brought the donuts, someone brought the orange juice, someone brought the coffee, and everybody got up and talked about their business for 30 seconds. And it didn't cost us anything. Like the one I went last night cost me a little something, but it was worth it, because all these people have a business, some very successful and some not. There was one young lady, she looked like a movie star, but I can tell that her self-confidence wasn't as well as sharp as everybody else. So I didn't let her go hide in the corner. And by the way, singing things, Joni, there's one guy I met that helped people who were getting ready to lose their home. He helped you keep your home. And so she didn't think she was really important. So I said, so what do you do? She said, well, I just make these little cookies, and then I do this, and then I send them out, and then I go, oh, wait a minute, that's a business. That's important too. And so I said, I can use your service. She said, oh, really? So everybody's important. The bottom line is to listen. Listen to people, and emotional intelligence is very important. If a person cannot carry a conversation, it's almost over. And people don't carry business cards so much anymore. You can have the e-card, but yet I do have a whole box of business cards. And some people take your business cards and throw it away. The key thing is get their phone number, put it in your phone, make the connection, and then call them back. Call them within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, to let them know that, hey, I'm so glad I met you. You made my day. So there's so many ways of connecting. Then you have Eventbrite. They have these events and meetup groups. That's in your neck, something that you do already. And be authentic. Don't be somebody else. Be who you are. And just listen. That's the best thing I can say is listen. You don't be the smartest person in the room. Listen, shut up and listen. That's what I would like to say today. Thank you so much.
Truly awesome. Were you listening?
Listen.
Listen. That's what Paulette says. I agree with Paulette. Listen. I mean, Mike said it earlier. We all want to be heard. We all want to be heard and seen. I think that those who can make people. Jamie, you're mute. I think, or you're not talking to us, Jamie. Those who can make others feel heard and seen.
And Jamie,
best friends.
Excuse me, Annie. And Jamie, I may want you to look at my profiles on LinkedIn and Instagram, because this is your profession. And so you may not see it the way that I see it. So having another person look at it, I would be very appreciative.
Definitely. We can touch base maybe after and kind of let's take a look and kind of share some quick insights.
For sure. Sounds good.
Can I just quickly say something? Paulette, thank you so much. I don't know whether anyone has told you before, you are a woman of wisdom and discernment. You've got serious, heavy discernment. It's a corporate gift. And I just want to say, God bless you. You hit my heart very deeply. My notes are full from what I wrote from you. And Jamie, I'll be reaching out to you too. And everyone on the call, by the way. But thank you for that. I mean, don't be the smartest in the room. Listen. The buttons in the heart of everyone. Everyone has a button in their heart. They have a button. They have a button. It's in their heart. If you listen and watch, you will be able to discern that button, and then you have access to their soul and decision-making point. God bless you for that. I'm learning very deeply.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting this together, Annie.
We'll blame Mrs. E as well, right? And Jamie. Thank you for your kind words, Coach. Thank you for kind words. Festus, are we feeling lucky?
Okay, I hope you can hear me now.
We can hear you now, my friend. Brilliant, brilliant. And glad that
All right.
persistence
Okay,
pays off,
I'm so grateful to be here. All right. Okay, here's how I'm going to put it. I enjoyed everything that has been said. The network is kind of fighting with me, but I think I overcome. I overcame it. So now, here's what I'm going to say regarding to how to attract positive people. I think all that have been said is so valuable here. So I just want to touch on one angle. I know we all have maybe had this experience at some point in time where maybe you're sitting somewhere with your phone, or your heads are down and you're just thinking of something. And at some point you raise your head and you realize someone is trying to wave at you. I don't know if someone has had that kind of experience, but it happens all the time. So what happens there is that we human beings we are spirit beings, and having a physical human experience, or let me say physical experience. So the frequency that we operate on is always something that if you can tap into it, you pretty much attract anybody you want. So that's what I want to come in with in terms of attracting the people people of value. You first of all tap into that frequency of certain value, that particular value that you need. And if you can drive in that frequency, any room you walk into, you will certainly attract those group of people. This is something I've done consistently over the time. Like I don't struggle to make friends. I don't struggle to relate with people. I only struggle to work on myself in where I say I would
I'm counting to 5 like I always do, hoping that the world will, the internet will return.
Oh, I wanted to hear it.
He'll come back. It's shown so far that he always comes back, right? But now you see why I say you must meet him, Mrs. A. We must meet him properly, right? The man shows genius. And I met him earlier today, and I was like, wow. You are one of those people that we need in our.
So
You're back, Festus. Carry on, my friend. Carry on. We lost you for a second.
All right. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. So I wanted to give one quick example about what I was trying to say. In 2022, I was one of the organizing team team members for an event. It was a poetry, a kind of event, a poem that was organized by one of the biggest poets here in Nigeria. So we do all the groundwork, but getting to the day of the event or the day of his arrival to town, I was supposed to be one of the people that would go welcome him from the airport. But something happened. My team messed up on their planning, so I decided not to go. And I deliberately told them to go ahead of me. And the funny thing is, I was saying in my mind that even though they were going to meet this person before me, have that first welcome and all that, but I was going to overtake them at the end of the day and build more better connection with that person. And I mean what I was saying. So when they finished all the stuff, on the day of the event, I walked into that room, and lo and behold, as I was walking in there, I attracted two persons. One was the convener of that event, and the second was someone who serves like his second in command. Now, these dudes were looking at me from afar, and they could not take their eyes off me. And when I get in there, that was how the connection built till the day he left. I was with him at the airport. He picked up his phone and take a picture of me. And one of the guys came by and were like, Festus, what's going on here? Like, he took that picture himself. I said, yes. He said, what's happening? I just smiled. But the thing is the chemistry is simple. When you want to attract a certain group of people in life, spend more time cultivating that kind of frequency in you. When you go in there, you will see, you will certainly meet those people. There is no two ways about it. This is just one of the easiest way to attract people, because if you want to read the body language, you want to read people's mood, how they do, how they talk, or their value system, sometimes we have biases, and those biases may not help you to pick up the right information from how those people behave and interact. I love what Coach David pointed out earlier. He said the person you see today might not be the same person tomorrow. Why is that? Because their value system tend to change. If they come across information that somehow change their perception of certain things in life. So if you say you read that person by how well they listen, how much more of when they change overnight and become people that don't listen anymore? It's kind of difficult. But if you attract someone based on frequency, there is certain philosophy that will always guide that person. Even if that person is derailing at some point in time, they will always fall back on track. So I've always utilized this principle. Like, this is tested, it's proven. Like, if you pay more attention to yourself, you cultivate certain thinking loop and certain frequency in your mind, and you certainly meet those people. And that's how it has been for me. So most times, let me end up with saying this. Most times I told myself this. Be in your closet, spend more time with yourself, be the person that you hope to see out there, or if at most, like, try to think like those people, because when you go out there, your action, because your confidence level is going to rise in that area, the way you talk is going to attract people in that area, and your look, like, there's this aura that you're going to be able to like give out when you move into such room, and you will exactly meet those people. So that's it for me, and I'm so grateful I had this opportunity to speak here. Thank you so much. There are amazing people on this board, and I'm so grateful to be among your mates. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Festus. I got a question, Festus. Again, superhero contribution. Question: how do you understand the frequency of the people you would like to meet? B, how do you tune your frequency before an event, during an event, and after an event to meet that frequency or energy level as you might? You know, that frequency was where I also started from. The value exists at certain frequencies, and at certain frequencies, value drops. So if you want to meet people, also understand the frequency at which that value exists. So that's my question, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just put it this way. The frequency, to get into that frequency, is all about your own value system, because you attract who you are. So it's more like you're going out there to get another version of you. So if you spend more time cultivating who you are, you tap immediately into that frequency. Like, let's say, for instance, now I walk into this room, like right now as I'm speaking, there are people that I'm going to connect with by virtue of how I talk. And those people don't just connect with me because of how I talk. Before this day, they have always been like that. They love people of those kind. Let's say there are people who love brilliant people. Like, even if they look ugly, like, people will say, I'm attracted to fine people. I'm talking about, like, in terms of romantic relationship. But some people will be like, I'm attracted to intelligence. Now, when you meet someone who speaks sound or who acts so smart, you kind of like to talk more or talk some more with that person. How did that happen? It happens because before that time, you have always been a lover of intelligence. So when you step into a room, you will always, you're like, let's go back to something in our brain, that the neurocircuit, right? Neurocircuit only interprets to you, or rather brings to your awareness, the things that you have already familiarized yourself with. So when you step into a room, you most likely will begin to spot people with almost similar color of shirts like you, or people that look certain way like you. And then that also happens to people that think like you or have the same value system like you. If you walk into a room and you want to attract religious people and you are seriously a religious person yourself, you will always get a religious person. This is to me, it's all about self. Yourself. How much do you know your value system, or how much do you know yourself? Because if you know yourself so well, you will spend more time with that version of you. So when you step out of your room, you will certainly meet that same version of you, because it is you meeting the opposite and meeting another part of you, or let me say a kind of a version of you, something that looks like you out there, because you attract who you are. So I'm just going to say, to get into that frequency, is getting deep into your own value system, knowing yourself so deep and being in love with that version of you that when you step out, it's just there. Like everybody's attracted to it. And you can see the people that are just like you or just like
I
what you
don't think
want.
it's exactly like that. Festivus.
Yeah.
Festivus.
You
I can hear
Wait, no,
what
can I? Okay.
The thing here is this topic I just brought in is a complicated one. And actually, I'm not trying to force anyone to believe in me. I'm just trying to give you an example of something I've done. Like that is like I'm giving you a second way of doing things because we already have one. You can watch people physically, score them by certain principles, and get people you want. So I'm just saying that this is another layer that you can add to it. If you can do this, you will get it done. Now, the only way you know whether I'm right or wrong is if you try it yourself. But for me, I'm a beneficiary of this. I've been a student of this, and I love it because it has worked for me, and that's why I'm sharing it tonight. So I'm so grateful for people listening to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Look, the man's an NLP coach, so I tend to listen when someone knows neuro-linguistic programming. You of course, if you walk like a duck, and talk like a duck, and be like a duck, you're gonna attract other ducks, right?
I don't think so, Eddie. I'm in full not agreement.
That's fine. So this event's not about agreeing. You can take away what Festus says, or you can ignore what Festus says. You can take away what Mrs. Z says, or ignore. So that's
no. I love hearing different points of view. I love it. No, that's not the. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm going to dismiss it. I love it.
You take away what you want from these events, right? You've heard how many different people speak? 8 people? 9 people? Take what you want from who you want.
Can I just say one thing? Have you ever heard Festivus for the rest of us?
No.
Come on, Jamie. You have to know.
Not a clue.
It's Seinfeld. They're like little holiday that was like between like Christmas and Thanksgiving is Festivus for the rest of us. Oh my God. I can't believe you guys don't know this. It's one of the funniest episodes.
I'm sure. Look, it doesn't take away from Festivus' point, Joni. If you're intentional about who you want to meet, if you know. Oh my God,
did you not hear anything I said? I think he was wonderful in his point of view. I just don't agree with it.
Okay, I'm saying for the rest of us who do mindset work and talk positivity, we know what he says is perfect science. It works.
I think a goose would like you, even if you're waddling like a duck.
Maybe, but if you want to attract geese. If you're a duck, you want to attract ducks. Festus in science.
I think if I was a goose, I could scare off a fox.
You can do what look, this is about attracting the people that you want, valuable people in your life. And the way Festus said it is beautifully said.
He is a beautiful speaker. I'm not praising anything about that. I think he's great.
It's not about that. Right. I'm saying to you, but the science he just shared is genius. I paid 10 grand to learn that sort of science.
Go to your own group, like just like all the people in Gaza should just huddle together in the north and south.
I'm arguing for him. No. Look, he said, be intentional about who you want to attract. Be one of them.
Yeah.
And when you meet them,
I think he was saying, yourself, and then you ultimately attract people who are like-minded.
Yes,
that's what he said. I think also people who respect you also are attracted to you, and maybe they're not the same. Maybe they're more shy or whatever. And I don't have a lot of friends who are exactly like me. I mean, like I like having different types of friends. Like
he didn't say attract those who are just like you. He said be intentional.
All right, duck.
About who you're trying to attract.
I know we're ducks together.
Right. Now, if you want to attract ducks, be a duck. We want to attract chickens.
Well,
be a
we just
chicken,
said
right?
we're ducks.
Right. You know, look, I spend time with my
Routine.
friends. My friends, you know, we're like-minded.
And
That's what
I'll
we're here to
stop
do.
talking. But
Thank you.
I thought he was wonderfully spoken, but I just said I didn't really agree. So that's it.
Yeah. No, look, Festus, no, I saw you on mute. No, do you want to add?
No, I was just trying to say when she mentioned respect that I think my own point of view was not really trying to talk about respect, because we all have people who respect us, but that doesn't mean they are valuable to us. I probably have someone who, sorry, let me use this. I probably have someone who is a typical drunkard, and maybe I don't drink, and that's not what I value. But the person respects me and he may want to be around me. But the thing is, if I give that person a shot, if I allow that person to be close to me, the person will not stay long. They will still pull themselves away. Why? Because we don't have the same frequency, and the person will not stay long with me. I'm not going to chase the person away, but the connection will not be that strong. So respect is always going to be there. You will always have people who respect you across board. But the people who really come into your cycle, who stay with you, who wants to do things with you, are people that share a common philosophy or value system with you. And that is just what I'm trying to say. So it's not about that this got across to that maybe if you're doing this, that you are not going to get respect from other people. No. I'm saying when you want to build people into your cycle, just like this other person talked about job opportunity, the advice they gave him was perfect. But I'm only going to add, I'm just adding a layer to it, that if he really cultivate good frequency of certain people in that room, before he even opens his mouth and talk, somebody will be like, "Hey, buddy, what's up? How you doing? Why are you here?" Something like that. And the conversation will just start effortlessly. It has always happened. So that's what I'm saying. Respect is there. But the people you're bringing into your cycle are a reflection of who you are. So if you define that very well, you will always meet these people so easily. That is just my point.
Beautifully said, my friend. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And I mean that sincerely. Like I say, you know, this is positivity 101. Being intentional about who you bring into your circle, who you attract. Joni, you're on mute. I didn't do that either. It's fine, Joni. It's fine. Stay
Family dinners
muted.
always go well for you, Festivus.
Stay muted. Stay muted. It's fine. Let's move on. So our time has gone, right? Our time really has gone as well. I like Mike's comments. Hubris differs fundamentally from authentic confidence, and in that it stems from insecurity rather than genuine self-worth. Research distinguishes between authentic pride, which comes from genuine accomplishments and healthy self-regard, and hubristic pride, which manifests as superiority, arrogance, and contempt for others. Valuable people with secure self-images can immediately recognize the distinction and are instinctively repelled by hubris because it signals emotional immaturity and there's more to it. I like that because I think many people we're very quick to judge others. You know, that person is not valuable enough for me to talk to. I'm sure I've met them. You've met them, right? You know, we'll wrap people off and then we'll move on. You know, I think, you know, being good at what you do, being a star in your own right does not mean that you have to disregard others. And that's what I'm taking from what you're saying, Mike. You know, we can't give everyone else a chance as well because we know we can learn from everyone. You know, I might even say if I come to you, Mr. Z, to give us your take on the topic. I might say my best learnings are from my son who's 16. You know, I could easily say, "What do you know that I don't know?" He knows many things that I don't know because he knows different things to me, right? He has a different life, different circle, different thing, different knowledge base that's coming from. Let's be open to learn from others, not just from those who look successful, those who, you know, because as Festus said, if we don't really gel, if we're on different frequencies, we're not going to stay together anyway. You know, valuable people are there they help us, we help them. They support us, we support them. they add to us, they elevate us. We elevate them in return. You know, who wants friends that you can't really spend, you don't spend time with, you don't really like deep down? No one does, right? I'll leave it there for now. Mrs. Z, please. Our time is up, so but do give us your take on our topic today.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. You know, it's so funny when you host a show and all you get to do is to introduce yourself and then boom, the conversation just keep going on and on. And all I had to do was just to listen in, keep jotting down my notice feed. Or for me, it's just mind blowing. It's just exciting, and so much nugget has been shared. I must say, you know, from Coach David, from Eni himself, from Jimmy, from Paulette, from Joanne, and for everyone pressing, and for Festus as well, you know, who came up on stage, and Mr. Mike in the comment section, and all the amazing MVP who are dropping their comment. You know, a whole lot has been shared. Yes, Bridget, your comment has been popping up again and again. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You know, for me, I just want to say a big thank you. And I just want to share 2 things that we can do to be able to attract people. I know a lot has been shared, but one thing I will say is, I encourage us to be approachable as individuals, as entrepreneurs, as business person. Position yourself to be approachable. You know, sometimes people want to get close to us, people want to reach out to us, but because of the way we are not approachable. We don't put ourselves in a position where people can easily talk to us, and this can really stop people from reaching out or talking to us. So I encourage us, position yourself to be attractable, and also be intentional about supporting others. You know, this is very, very important. Now, my mentor will always say, it's not how you treat me, it's about how you treat other people. People are watching you. You might be treating me well because you need something from me. You might be treating me well because there's something you want to get from me. You know, it's about how you treat the next person beside you that is not me. It's how you treat the next man, the next woman beside you that is not me. That is very, very important. And lastly, you know, for me, I'm all about positivity, and I believe in the transformative power that it brings. One way for you to continually not just attract people, but be a person that also gives value is to position yourself in positivity. Now, this is not negotiable because I want to be around a positive person. You know, we live in a world where people go through so much. We live in a world that people are going through a lot, that they might not be able to come and tell you what they're going through. Yeah, no matter how successful they might look, no matter how well comfortable they might look, people go through stuff that they might not be able to share. But I tell you, if you can position yourself with a positive attitude, you know, being positive at all times. Now, being positive is not the fact that you deny the reality, but in the midst of the reality, what's the way forward? What can we do? Bringing the energy, bringing the enthusiasm, bringing the joy, bringing the love, bringing the compassion, the empathy everywhere you go. It goes a long way to not just make impact for others, but to also make an impact for yourself. And I just wanted to chip that into the conversation. A whole lot has been shared. And let's not forget, this event holds every Friday. You know, I love the fact that we all come here to have fun. We all come here to interact and engage and have deep conversation that impact not just our life, but also our businesses. So I encourage us, feel free. Next week, Friday is another time where we are able to share positivity. To be honest, we can continue this conversation in the next 2 hours. It is inexhaustible. But I believe that there's always another time where we can be able to share. There's always another time where we can be able to pass the message and impact every other person that we do. I will end with this just to encourage people, whatever it is that you are doing, you know, doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, make sure you are doing it from a place of love, from a place of kindness, from a place of compassion, from a place of empathy. Just one action of kindness can go a long way to make a huge difference. Just one act of empathy, of compassion, of love towards somebody else can go a long way to make their life better. And that's how we can make a huge difference in the world and make the world a better place. So with that, I want to say a big thank you for all the MVPs on stage, Eni, Cyrus, Festus, Joanne, Coach David, and all the amazing persons in the comment section. Feel free, network, connect with people, because one thing that we do here, we are talking about attracting the right people, valuable people, and also surrounding ourselves. One way you can find them is an event like this. You find like minded, you find people who share the same passion. So if there's anyone in the comment section you're not connected with, feel free to connect, feel free to reach out, just drop a message with them and be intentional about the conversation. I remain your host again, Zion Enogiri, your Mr. Positive Energy, a man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. Till we meet again next week, Friday, I'm wishing everyone a wonderful and a blessed weekend ahead of us. All right, everyone.
Let me make a couple of points, Mr. Z. You make many good points that will do well to remember, right? So let me make a couple of points that I want to make. It seems like our friends have been looking over our shoulder at our notes, Mr. Z, right? They've said everything that we want to say. Look, I'm thankful to all of you for always showing up and for sharing your genius. We can't have a show without you. The thing I want to add is simply be intentional. Be intentional about who you want to connect with, who you want to add to your circle, with the circles that you want to be in. That's why I'm so passionate about what Festa said. Know who you want to be in the circle with. I'm not saying know them in terms of who's going to pay you more. Know who you are. That's what it comes down to. Know who you are. Know who you are seeking to serve and support. Know who you want to be friends with. And when you connect with them, be friends with them. I think being intentional is about being what I call being relationship minded. Some people don't really want friends. I'm sure we've all met them, right? They when you say hello to them in a DM, they're like, go to my website. No. Be the person that meets people. I promise you that's the best way that you're going to meet the right people in time. If someone doesn't want to meet with you, don't stress about it. Move on to the next person. But if you bring something, as many people have mentioned today, if you bring something to the table, bring value is what we'll say, right? The people want to get to know you. And we'll say when you talk to them, be their friend. Be a friend. We all know what friends do. Friends talk to each other. Friends spend time with each other. Friends, as you said, Mrs. Z, friends support each other. So support people. Don't just take. We have to give as well. That's what friends do. So the last one I'll say to you is this, my friends. I always live with this simple motto. Leave everyone you meet with a sense of increase. Everyone you meet, make them go away from you saying, wow, I'm so glad I met that person today. It's not hard to do. It's all the things we talked about today. Listen, pick up on the things that's important to people, elevate them, make them feel good. If they're doing a project, be excited for them, be happy for them. Be that person that leaves everyone thinking, I'm so glad I met Mrs. Zion today. I really am. I'm happier. My life is brighter. I can see a happier future. That's just being authentic, being real. So maybe my last point. Joseph, I haven't forgotten you. I know it's a long time ago. You were on stage 2 hours ago, but I still remember you, right? Of course I do. I love what you say, Joseph. Positive people value reliability and consistency. That is a good point to point out. For sure. Apparently, Mike pointed that out, right? That is so important. As Mrs. Z said, people behave differently with different people. Don't be that person. If I see you've been horrible to someone, even if you might think, well, it's not towards you any. So why do you care? We do. Everyone cares. People they make a judgment because if you are being mean to someone, you're telling me that you're a nice person. How does that work, right? You see, one thing I promise all my friends, and I say it out loud when I meet them, the me you see today is me you're going to see tomorrow. Even if we don't talk again for another year, same me you're going to see. Be consistent. Don't make me call you sometime and then you're like, who are you? What do you want? That's a real friend, right? Be your true self who loves people, who loves your friends. I don't say that lightly. In the online world, it can be quite hard to be what you call caring relationships, but be care, really care, and always care. Not just today, care forever. So if someone breaks your trust, that's a different conversation, right? Well, to be that person that we can rely on to be who you are today, tomorrow, and next week, next year. Anyway, it's been truly fun, Mrs. Z. It's been truly lively, right? I'll let you close out the show, my friend. I'll let you close out the show.
I think all is said and done, everyone. Have a great weekend. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.